Yes. Like and subscribe. This is the Nightly Fix. Foolish Club Media powers the Nightly Fix. Please head to our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. If you do not do so, watch your toes. Like and subscribe. If
what's
you
gonna,
do
what's
not,
gonna, what's going to happen to their toes, though?
I don't think I need to elaborate.
Come get you sick because he's sick. Right
Oh,
now.
fuck you. I don't
Yeah.
get sick. I don't
He's
get
a sick
sick.
boy.
And you know it, Steve.
He's
Now, I
sick.
lose, Steve, as you know, I will lose my voice once a year, and it will be really bad. And you know, I try to
'Cause
power
you talk
through
too
it.
damn much. That's
I
why.
do that. There are times, you remember, I got forced off the air because I sounded so distorted. And I mean, shout out to our guy Julio, who was just giving me hot tea all over the place, lemon honey, and it still didn't matter. But I lose my voice once a year, but I don't get sick. All right, so straight up.
You got sick last year. I was there. I don't know why you're trying to lie right now, man.
You didn't know me well enough to know if I had gotten sick. That's for starters.
I can tell when a human is sick. I don't have to
No.
know them well enough to realize that the person doesn't feel good.
No, I'm different. All right.
Yeah, you
like,
are.
Like Titty Boy
sick.
said. Like Titty Boy said, I'm different.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene. I'm still missing.
So do you remember that time when I found out I couldn't say titty on the air and you told me,
Yeah.
Ron, that's one of those you can't say.
You can't say titty,
No, you're not.
but you can say ass. You can say ass. I heard people say ass.
No,
all the
you
time
can
on
say
there.
ass, you can say damn, you can say son of a
say-
bitch.
You can't say
You can
ass.
say son of a bitch.
You can say son of a bitch.
Yeah, you can say son of a bitch. You can't.
But you
say
can't call someone a bitch. Like you can't say,
Yeah.
damn, you know what, Osita, you being a bitch. But you can say, Osita, son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if I said you son of a bitch? What if I was like, Ron, you son of a bitch with your
Yeah,
square ass head?
I think you're calling it. I think you're calling it that. But you can say, hey, Milk Dud, you damn son of a bitch. Milk Dud head came
You can-
up with it.
You
can
can
do that.
call someone a son of a bitch, but if you say, like, I got in trouble once for saying bitch ass.
Yeah.
You can't say bitch
See?
ass.
See, but you can say ass, but you can say son of a
Well,
bitch.
that's
or you can say
not
son of a
no.
bitch ass.
What you got in trouble for is what you said after you said bitch ass. You said bitch ass in, didn't you?
What? What?
Why would you say that?
What?
It's not that.
Yo!
Hold on, he didn't say that. But Serda, I'm sorry. There's whenever I hear that, nigga has to follow behind it. I'm sorry. I don't know that I've ever heard. I've never heard bitch ass not be followed by that.
Yo,
You
actually,
bitch
do we have time for a quick funny story?
Sure, we always have time.
Okay. So I'm chilling with like my best friend. I've known this kid since we were like 15. We're chilling this weekend, and he's like, I went to his apartment with his girlfriend or whatever. They like made me dinner. They just moved in this badass loft or whatever. Then afterwards, we go and play pool, hang out for a little bit, shoot the shit. Then I'm dropping him back off, and he was like telling me about how stressed out he was from the move and stuff like that. How they've been arguing a little bit, whatever. And I was like, moving is stressful. He was like, yeah, but she doesn't like me going out because when I go out, I come back super late, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, ooh, and I fucked up this weekend too. And I was just like, how'd you fuck up? He was just like, man, I said the N-word. And I was just like,
Oh,
mind you, this is a white dude. This is a white dude.
I'm
And so I was
gathering
just
that.
like, bro, in what situation? Like, why'd you
How?
What? Why? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was like, well, I was drunk and I was hanging out and I was with Brandon and Sky and Sky's neighbor Jayla, which is this beautiful little black girl with a huge amount of hair that kind of looks like SZA. And he was just like, they were talking about Mormons, and for some reason I just went off on Mormons, and I was just like, man, fuck Joseph Smith. I hate that dude. Blah blah blah. He's like, I'm the only one that can actually read the book. Blah blah blah. He's like, man, if I saw that motherfucker, I'll beat that nigga's ass. And I was just like, what? So I've known this dude since I was 15. So I started laughing my ass off because I'm just like, yo, this is fucking crazy. The best part is Jayla gets immediately, everyone gets silent. Everyone gets awkwardly silent, right? And Jayla's like, you know what? I want to go home. I want to go home. I'm going home. And then he was like, what? What are you, religious or something?
Oh, did he just not think
he did. It didn't register, dog.
He just says it so much. He forgot. He usually says it in closed doors or behind the right spots, and then he slipped. I just don't know, Steve, how the response can be, well, what do you mean? How did you even form your lips to say? It can't kick off with, well, I was drunk. And whoever you said was there. Those are not winning responses to, hey man, it's slipped up, man. Well, I was drunk. Oh, okay. You should have led with that. like, what are we talking about?
You never said something you regret when you're drunk?
Sure. But like, I'm just saying, like, that ain't gonna be the thing to win it. When you roll over that one. When you are a white guy that dropped the N-bomb in front of a group or in front of where black people are there, yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I don't know. That punchline killed me though. When he was just like, "Oh, what do you just?" I have never laughed so hard in my fucking life, dude.
I would assume Serda just
you completely missed the point.
No, yeah, he completely did. Yeah, you religious? But Serda, I'm certain you heard a lot of N-bombs in the Black Movie Review you watched today. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on Poetic Justice.
A lot of bitch too.
What'd you say
in that movie?
A lot of bitches. Yes, it was. You got to see Joe Torre in his prime, baby. All I cannot wait to see how uncomfortable you were on that fight scene outside of the van. That's all. I just can't wait to hear your thought process. That if you think about scenes in movies in Poetic Justice, when they get outside that car and old Chicago and her get into it, and she just keeps ratcheting it up, and he got that brush in his hair, and she all of a sudden saying, "That's why I'm fucking somebody else." And that, it was about that long, wasn't it? It was about that long, wasn't it? Like, I remember the first time I watched it, I'm like, damn, what is he about to do? What's he about to do? And I did not see what he did coming. So I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on that shit.
Yeah. Well, as everybody can hear you struggling because you're clearly sick, despite the fact that you try to pretend that you don't ever get sick.
I don't get sick, and I'm not sick. I just had
I never get sick. I'm not sick.
And I'm trying to drink up my water.
Yes, I have many thoughts.
Oh, God. I
Janet Jackson's performance specifically.
Hey, listen. I don't know that I'm going to accept if you try to denigrate Janet. Okay, in here. Like, that's like, I'm just now getting over her Jermaine Dupri debacle. But I'm not going to sit here and let you just take out Janet Jackson.
Man, fuck Janet Jackson.
What is wrong with you? Hey,
I don't know, man. I just thought about that scene from the barbershop where he's like, "Man, fuck Jesse Jackson." That shit made me laugh.
I'm gonna tell you what. Oh, them old bus kids, boy, they didn't piss. I bet you they gonna piss off Jerry Buss to high heaven. Jerry Buss, who his whole life's goal and what he lived for was to own the Los Angeles Lakers, and he wanted to keep it in the Buss family. He bought them bad boys for $67.5 million in 1979. He was broke as a joke. If you have not watched, did you watch Winning Time, Serda?
Yeah, but I never shit. I got kind of bored.
But you got to see the gist of the craziness of Jerry Buss and how much nothing else mattered to him, really. Like, I mean, he banged all kinds of women, did everything, but he was going broke. Like, the Buss family really never had money. They owned the Lakers. Now that we're seeing one of the most, not just iconic franchises, but one of the most valuable franchises in the world. But he was like, everything was about owning the Lakers. He has got to be rolling over in his grave right now to know that his fucking kids have sold the Lakers for $10 billion. Now, this is the biggest sales price that we have ever seen in the history of not just American sports, right, sir? I believe this is the most a sports franchise in the world has ever gone. Even those soccer franchises that go for a lot of money, $10 billion. They sold their and so she is Jenny Buss, who is kind of the figurehead of the kids, who I think probably made this decision. She is gonna stay on in some capacity, but like, I ain't gonna lie, like I would love to know.
She's like the governor now.
Yeah, she's gonna stay on. I would love to know. I would not be shocked. I don't know. I would not be shocked if he put it in his will that they never sell this team. Like it meant that much to him, and they have gone ahead now. $10 billion, as our guy Brandon Scott, who does the B Block podcast every Tuesday and Thursday, said, I'd be throwing money at his grave. As his ass was rolling around in it for that $10 billion. But I know, I am certain from everything I know about Jerry Buss, if he were alive, this damn sure wouldn't be happening. Like, he would not be selling this franchise like this.
All I got to say is she's got to find the money for all that plastic surgery from somewhere, dude. Like, because apparently she's 63. She does not look 63, my boy.
Yeah.
That's... Why?
Yeah, you know who she's with?
Jay Moore, the comedian, I guess.
Have you? Yeah, good call. You must have already done some research.
Well, I know who Jay Moore is, but I mean, yeah.
Do you know their living situation, Serda?
No, I just remember her dating Phil Jackson and just wrecking Phil Jackson.
Oh, she broke his heart. Remember, he was left. Oh, he was left sitting on that New York subway, just riding on it with nowhere to go. You remember?
Subway.
Yeah, he was asleep. He was so heartbroken from Jenny. He was over there with his long ass, and Phil, when he was on the bench, he had the double seat because he was so big and had those back problems. So he just rode that subway in New York, just missing Jenny Buss. But no, so she has an entire building, and I don't know if they're married, but I know they've been together for a long time, right? He lives there. This big ass, like, building that they own, or she owns. She stays at the very, very top in the penthouse. Then there's another level in the middle of housing. I don't know who stays there. Somebody else stays there. And then Jay Moore stays on the bottom floor. And so that's their living situation. Is Jenny Buss is at the top, and then Jay Moore is at the very, very bottom with somebody in between them.
He don't even sleep over? Like, what? Like,
I think he generally ends up, what I've heard, he goes to bed at night on his and he goes back downstairs to his level.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's Jenny, man.
That's a hell of a relationship, you know?
Yeah.
Not even in
love.
Netflix and chill with the curfew, you know?
Yeah, that does suck. Like, now, at some point, if I'm Jay, like, no, man, I'm not going. I'm not going to my room. Damn it, I'm staying right here. Like, all right, like, I've got to have some level of pride here. I'm not going, so you can get your damn popcorn and your Skittles or whatever, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm watching and I'm sleeping right here. What you got going on up here?
He's just like over there, like trying to make excuses, like, when she's like, hey, you got to go. He's like, But your bed's just so comfortable, you know. It's just so comfortable.
No, at some point,
over here.
man, what you got going on here? What the hell I got to get out here for?
Maybe
Huh?
she's got a sleeping
Who's
problem.
coming up here? Oh yeah, who's coming up
older
here?
couples that just it's impossible for them to sleep next to one another. So they
Well, sleep in a separate room, not a separate place, not a separate
I
apartment.
mean, but when you're that rich, you get your own place. You don't want even a chance of running.
You got to have
into
your
somebody-
own kitchen.
Yeah, in the
own
hallway,
kitchen, own
in the
bathrooms.
middle of the night.
That makes no sense. No, that doesn't make any sense, Steve. You don't, no matter how much money you make, if you're in a committed relationship with somebody, you shouldn't be 3 doors down.
She's
Or
committed,
did I just name a band?
she's committed on her own time. She just wants her space. That's fine.
Steve, you're a weirdo because this is probably something you would enjoy. You would enjoy like hell.
I don't mind some alone.
He's like, wait, I don't have to see her all the time?
I don't mind some alone time here and there. I love companionship just as much as anybody.
Steve would be like, well, if this is the way you want to do this, all right, I'll respect your wishes and I'll go down. Now, do I get to furnish this downstairs the way I want to? Do I get to put this thing together?
Make me a movie theater and I'm good.
Hey, simple man. I like it. I respect it.
He said, make me a movie theater and I'm good. Yeah. No, man, but I'm
talking about IMAX though, not like no small screen.
No, yeah. We 10 billion now.
Yeah. We out here. We got that money.
Yeah, we got a whole building. I think we got room for an IMAX.
Yeah,
but that's got to mess with his head though, Doug. Because you're right. She has to be giving hints. All right. It's getting late.
Kind of late.
I think I'm gonna turn in.
Yeah, I think it's well, it was fun. It was really fun. It was good seeing you again. Come here, give me a hug.
And then he act like he don't catch the hint. All right. That gotta be tripping, boy. He probably sitting out there in that hallway or whatever, knowing everybody that's rolling in. He got a couple of cameras in there that maybe she don't know about that's coming to these doors.
Dude, I just imagine him like taking the elevator down like one day. One day she'll call me back. One day she'll let me sleep over.
I just assume they have an open relationship.
I mean,
probably.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, she's fine for 63, dude. Like,
I mean, Jay Moore's got a pretty successful career. Not like Jay Moore's still like acting a ton, but he
don't have owner of the Los Angeles Lakers career.
But he's had a really big.
I mean, neither is she.
Career. Like he's had a very successful radio career for a long time. Like he's doing all right, but now he's like, 10 billion, huh? Like now that's So do I got to move to like a separate building now, like across the courtyard or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he up there like shit, man. I don't care. Yeah, man. Hell, I'll sleep. Give me a building on my own, man. Hell, I don't care, man. Let's just keep living this life, baby.
So is it not jersey chasing?
Oh, stop.
Is it not jersey chasing?
For who? Him?
For him, of course, yes. She's 10 years older than him.
So
what? And he's in it for the lifestyle, obviously.
No, what do you mean, obviously?
Obviously, he's in it for the lifestyle. You've telling me that Jay Moore, a red-blooded American male, is going to sit there while his girlfriend, wife, whatever she is, stays on her top floor penthouse, and he doesn't even have an overnight bag over there. He probably doesn't even have a drawer in her bathroom.
You've just added that to the case. I believe he has a drawer and some of his things over there.
Why would he need a drawer when all he has to do is take an elevator? He just
doesn't get to stay the night. I just don't necessarily believe that Jay's just in there just for the money. As you said, maybe he's in love and he's just willing to sacrifice.
Bro.
He's willing to sacrifice this. Stop trying to just crush love. Who hurt you?
It ain't real. None of it's real. It's all a sham.
I'm not rolling with that. No, I'm not rolling with that. By the way, Tyrese Halliburton, game time decision tomorrow.
Come on, baby. Halliburton.
Tough.
Yeah, he
Halliburton.
Seems like it's over to me.
No, but yeah, hey, calm down.
Yeah, it's
Steven, I actually like you. Okay, let's not cross this.
Best player's hurt. Like he's legitimately like if he does play, and the risk to like re-injury is very high. Like it seems like he desperately needs a night off, but it's the NBA Finals, so they're gonna try to force him out there.
Well, he got a night off tonight. But yeah,
But like
yeah.
I mean, like a few days off, a game off. Like
this is my fear is like at this point, anytime I hear and see calf strain, like that to me is starting to feel like a precursor to Achilles. Like I like that like that's the part that makes me nervous with him. I just feel bad for Indiana just because like I don't think they're gonna just be getting back to this place down the line. I think this year it just kind of came together perfectly for them. And they had Jason Tatum blow out an Achilles. They had the Cavs when they played them. Multiple guys got hurt. Hell, they played a game without Garland, without Evan Mobley. Mitchell wasn't all the way himself. Like I don't think, even though I think Tyrese Halliburton is really really good and a big time star in this league when he's right. I don't know that I feel comfortable saying like the Pacers, they're gonna be here a lot. Like this is just the early part of it. Like to me, if you told me to put money on it, if the Pacers would either get to the finals again or the opposite, I would bet against them getting to the finals again. Like I don't necessarily believe that they are going to just be running through the East in the future. So this does kind of suck for them just because you don't get these chances, and now you come up and your best player all of a sudden has a calf strain. That's it. I mean, so many other injuries he could have probably hoped for. Maybe a left elbow or a left shoulder, something. But now this part here, he can't move and run. Yeah, I think this thing is curtains. I think
what's with the like the high amount of Achilles problems that basketball players seem to be having? Is it just like,
I mean, I think it's like elbows with pitching. I think it's just more, these athletes are bigger, more pressure in there.
It's their ankles and their feet. Like those are what basketball players really injure. Like you get an ACL tear or something every now and then, but it's ankles and feet and everything around it.
So what the fuck what is Nike doing about it? What's going on there? Like why can't Nike come up with the fucking magic shoe that's super comfortable that has airbags in it or something?
What the hell does that mean?
Why is the technology not there? Why is the engineering not there? Why is the biomedical technology not there to keep the ankle safe and to keep the feet safe while they're playing on their fucking feet? Why are their feet so ugly? Why are their feet so ugly?
That are 6'9", 270 pounds, and
but you're putting $1 million behind their shoe. If you're putting millions of dollars behind a fucking shoe for LeBron James, you think it would actually keep his feet from looking like goddamn hammer toes? That's all I'm saying.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
No, you have just moved the conversation to the goalpost. You just first stated one of the greatest thoughts of how come they haven't made a magic shoe that can prevent Achilles tears. Like what? That doesn't have, I believe the term, don't let me get this wrong, I believe you said airbags is what you said in these shoes. Like there ain't no damn support. There ain't no damn shoe that's gonna prevent no damn.
It's like they're out here playing in fucking Chuck Taylors, dog. That shit's crazy.
There's not a shoe. No, they're not playing at Chuck Taylors. They're playing in very good shoes, but
very good shoes. Yeah. Okay.
There ain't a shoe. If they make a shoe out here that prevents ACLs or a shoe that can prevent Achilles, God, dog, you ain't lying. How much of them shoes? $750?
I'm just saying. Look, I feel like the technology should be there. Maybe still reinforce the fucking heel.
But you also it's got to be flexible. There's got to be mobility to it.
Yeah, we have graphite. We have all these like different materials that we can make things out of. Why aren't we trying?
But also,
where's the science?
You're also overestimating how much these companies are willing to spend on athletes. Like they're not They're not trying to make everybody out there look like Batman. Like,
So again, we blame capitalism.
These
sure.
Achilles tears are not
No, I
because of
agree.
shoes.
I agree.
These Achilles tears
He's right.
are not.
Lock
Shut
me
up,
into
Serda. Lock me into
Fucking capitalism
Shut up,
at its best.
Steve.
Out
What are
here,
you talking about?
ruining the Pacers, ruining the Taliban. You know, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. That's what it is. That's my take.
I mean,
Check.
no, it is. It's
Heat
a
check.
check. It's a check or something. That's. I didn't call for that shit yet. Whoever did that.
My hands were in the air, dude. I was literally drinking water.
Oh, I know Steve's got that shit-eating grin on his face. I know that was.
Oh God, that was funny.
God, man,
Woo!
it is. That's
You
a
like
take,
that
boy.
here, guys.
And we've had some takes this week. Beatles overrated, Nirvana overrated,
Yeah.
and how come they haven't made a shoe? Where's the technology? Is my favorite part that can prevent Achilles tears. That is, and then Steve, who in a 47-second period completely turned face on what he knows to be an absolute asinine statement to, you know what? He got me. He convinced me.
He brought up the fact that the companies don't want to pay money, and that's just capitalism at its best.
I mean, he's right. Just
That's
capitalism.
That's
I mean,
the
we could
fucking
be-
snake
we could
eating
be
its own
doing
tail.
more. The NFL obviously doesn't care about head injuries. As
They
to
do
a
not give a shit.
Tagovailoa.
They don't give a shit. CTE, fuck them.
They haven't done anything.
All they did was slap extra padding on it, and they're like guardian caps. No more concussions. There's no research that proves guardian caps do anything. It's just fake. It's all fake.
See?
So, Steve, you're right. So, right now, Steve, you want to step out here on the limb to compare helmet care for concussions to shoes being the culprit of blown Achilles. Is that I'm just getting that right?
We saw how Zion blew through that shoe.
Watch.
Yeah,
Watch.
and then
I like that this is on the internet, because 10 years from now, 10 years is going to be a fucking class action lawsuit on fucking Nike, Adidas, and who else? Under Armour and whoever else fucking makes shoes. And we're going to figure out that Osita was right. It was the shoes all along, and that is the reason why the Pacers might not win tomorrow.
blame Puma, huh? His new deal, his new shoe
Yes.
deal with Puma.
Oh, yeah, of course blame Puma. What? They
Puma's
barely make
not-
good soccer cleats.
Puma's not bad. I listen. It's not the first choice.
Are you playing soccer? Like,
No,
what?
Pumas like the Mellows. Pumas are not bad. His are cool. My son went after the Pumas. They're not bad. They're not bad.
Never owned Pumas.
They are.
Dubai.
I would say, obviously, the Jordan Nike combination and Adidas behind them. To me, I prefer the Puma basketball shoes over Under Armour.
I exclusively
and-
wear
and-
Nikes,
And that's
stuff.
it's only Steph, right, that has the Under Armours. But I
And it-
prefer the Pumas.
And if they're going to name something Under Armour, how come it's not being protective? How come it's not protecting them? What's going on there? That's misadvertisement.
Will you get off of this shit?
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. I'll stop. My bad.
He's right. I mean, it's called
Shut
ownership.
up, Steve. What are you talking about? He's right.
Who's it protecting? Who's
Who's
it
it
out here
protecting?
saving?
Armor is supposed to protect you. And then meanwhile, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. You're just looking at me like I'm crazy now. Like I'm crazy, like I'm fucking nuts or something.
You are
fucking psychopath.
You are nuts.
Yeah.
You are nuts. I don't know what's gotten it. And now this is what I've feared in this show. And now you two now clearly just want to team up, no matter how asinine it is. And I cannot wait till we get to whatever it is the line in the sand where you can't cross with the other. I cannot wait till we get in there, and it might be fish. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, whatever it is, I cannot wait to see what it is but you two just want to team up with each other and go with each other no matter what asinine thing that is said. It's absolutely credulous and ridiculous.
I was actually looking through a bunch of old records at the store today, and I found a Fish record still sealed that looked pretty cool. I was going to take a picture, but I completely forgot about that. I'll take a picture and send it tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully it's a live album. Studio albums, you don't really need to listen to. Live albums, that's the way to go.
What is going on with you two?
You might hate my hot take. I'm not going to lie, but
well, let's hear it right now. Let's just do
stand on
it.
it.
We've already played it once. Let's hear it. Let's get a little heat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, today we have a heat check that I kind of thought about yesterday while we were talking about overrated bands. And, you know, like I said yesterday, I have no problem with you calling a band overrated. I just want to hear your reasoning behind it, right? T. Mills had no real reasoning behind hating the Beatles or Nirvana. I have a little bit of reasoning behind not liking Nirvana. The Beatles, I'm more of a Stones fan. You called that a Stonewall or something like that?
I said that was
Straw
just
man.
No, that wasn't a straw man. That was like the LeBron Jordan thing. You look at the Beatles and kind of have them lower because you're such a Rolling Stones fan.
Oh, okay. Well, I decided today to think about some bands that I don't hate, but I do think they're highly overrated, and I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Let's see how many of these I've heard of.
Okay, the first one is Rage Against the Machine.
Heard of that.
Great protest music. I fuck with Zach De La Rocha. I hate Tom Morello as a guitar player, and I think he's fucking garbage. I think the whole thing of him like mimicking DJ scratches with your guitar, and all you're doing, like literally all he does is he pick slides and then uses the right amount of overdrive and then uses this little red whammy pedal to make it sound like it's a lot higher. That's it. That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing.
An Audio Slave fan either?
Fuck no, I'm not an Audio Slave fan. No, I'm not. No. Jesus. It's garbage. Tom Morello. And then the fact that people are just like, oh, he's one of the greatest, most innovative guitar players of all time. No, the fuck he's not. He's not even technically proficient. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like anybody, like a classical guitar player could play better than Tom Morello. Like, Tom Morello's just garbage, dude. All he did was like play with his, like, it's just ridiculous. I hate it.
I don't think we're going to get past one.
The Doors.
Oh, come on.
I fucking hate the Doors. I like Ray Manzarek. He was a great piano player. Amazing piano player, but Jim Morrison is a false poet. Bullshit the entire time, and you could see it on him. You could see through the facade of like, I'm this fucking bohemian, blah blah blah.
Val Kilmer's a great artist. Like, chill.
Val Kilmer wasn't Jim Morrison.
Oh, he wasn't.
I mean, he was Jim Morrison in a movie, but he's not actually Jim Morrison.
I know. In the movie? The Doors? I feel like I feel like you're trying to compete with time.
No, I've just always had that feeling. I don't like the Doors.
On both of these takes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Go for it.
I like Rage Against the Machine for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, yeah, all about it. Loved it. Thought it was amazing. Grew out of it. And like now it's like, it's something that like, if I heard it, I'd be like, oh yeah, Rage Against the Machine. I am not in any way compelled to go like listen to Rage Against the Machine. And I think part of that is like just the music of it. And the Doors, kind of the similar thing. When I was getting into 60s and 70s music and exploring things when I was younger, the Doors were in that category, kind of Led Zeppelin too. And then I found lots of other things from that era of time that I enjoy way more than any of those things. Those were just the things that everybody said you were supposed to listen to from that time. And it's fine. I am at no point at the age of 35, am I compelled to go sit down and listen to the Doors. I've done lots of it. I don't really need to ever do it again.
Why don't you jump in the box with him and just give him a hug?
I would say they're overrated. I get it. I get it. Like, I don't love those bands, but like at one point in my life, I did enjoy those bands. But as I've gotten older, they just don't vibe with me anymore in the same way.
All right. Here's another one. And I don't think Ron's gonna have this one, but I think Serda will. Deftones. I fucking hate Deftones. I hate that band with all my heart. I think it's garbage. I think it's whiny, horny, trash ass new metal. It's fucking stupid. I even tried to see them live and it was lame. Like I do not like Deftones, and everybody in my life tries to push that band on me, but I just refuse. I can't do it.
Again,
I can't do it.
It's another thing that I listened to when I was in like high school.
Exactly.
Everybody was like, Deftones is so good. And
that's
in high
like
school,
saying that you still jam Sublime. You know?
In high school, I was like, hell yeah, I like Deftones. Not in any way at this point in my life like compelled to go listen to Deftones.
I don't know, man. White Pony was good.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I don't think
No.
you've heard that song.
No.
I thought the album was good.
You Googled fucking Deftones and just said the first name that was on there, dude.
I like the song.
Deftones song.
I like the song Change. I do. I like the song Change. I'm sorry.
What is
I like it.
Saying you've heard Deftones is like saying you've listened to a song by Tool. There's just no fucking way.
I like Tool too, not as much as the Deftones. I liked White Pony. I don't know. I disagree
with that. Like that fucking just weird moan that he does over everything. I hate it. Okay, next up, I know Ron's gonna hate this. Kings of Leon, overrated as hell. They only had one good album, and it was Aha Shake Heartbreak, and everything afterwards was garbage. Come Around Sundown, garbage. Everything else that I don't remember the names afterwards, all garbage. All fucking garbage. Because, I mean, Aha Shake Heartbreak was at least, like, they had a specific sound to them that was, like, where are they from? Like, Oklahoma or some shit?
You don't even know.
I don't know because I don't care
fucking
to know.
Tennessee,
but
asshole.
Okay, yeah, sure. But there's a
little Oklahoma in them.
Yeah, they had a good sound to them. They had a great sound to them. And then after Aha Shake Heartbreak, it's just garbage. And then they was just oversold. Just a bunch of people trying to tell you to listen to that song. You gotta use somebody over and over and over and over again on the radio. And I just got sick of it.
It's just one record of the year at the Grammys. I know it's not shit.
Who votes?
Only by the Night is a great album as well.
Who votes for the Grammys?
Sex on Fire and use somebody that took Notion is on that album. Revelry is on that album. Fuck you.
Okay, I'll give you Revelry. Revelry is actually a really good song. I will give you that. I'll give you that. Revelry is a good song.
They never touched me. Like they never.
Mechanical Bull, another solid one. Walls, pretty good. Yeah, get out of here. The first one. Get out of here. No, fuck off. That right there was just personal. Was just personal.
Mid.
This is personal.
All right.
You just that was all that was. Ron's not gonna like this one. King's gonna fuck you.
Yeah. Whatever, Ron.
Your mother tonight.
Anyway. All right. Next one we got up is
we ain't got too many more next ones. Oh,
Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead. I can't do it. I've tried to do it. I got one song by Jerry Garcia that I like. And matter of fact, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Steven. All jam bands. I can't do it.
Okay, you can just say it's not for you.
It's the same four chords. It's the same four chords.
I don't believe that you've listened to Fish then.
Same four chords.
Trey Anastasio has been recognized as one of the greatest guitarists alive. Paige McConnell is one of the greatest pianists and organists alive.
Hear me out. All you need for a really good band is a great rhythm section, and then you can have all the other instruments dancing on top of it as much as you want. So if you have a solid rhythm section holding down the rhythm and the four chord changes, that's what most songs are, maybe 5 chords tops before it goes back to the one, right? You can have the guitar player dancing on top of it. You can have the keyboard player fucking shredding on top of it. And I feel like that's all those bands are. It's just like they play the same chords for an extended amount of time, and then the drummer just gives it more feeling, then bring it back down. Then more feeling, then bring it back down. Meanwhile, the guitar player just playing the shit out of overplaying everything, just up and down the neck, left and right, up and down, just going fucking crazy.
Just say it.
Which
You
is
don't.
cool.
You don't respect jam bands. You
It's
don't,
okay for
and
you
they're not.
They just hold it on for too long. They're holding it on for too long.
they're worthless to you, including Fish, who sucks. Just
Okay,
say it.
the long
I
jam.
didn't say all that.
Long
I didn't
jams
say all
move
that.
me. It's okay to admit that you
Which
can't
is-
go on a journey with the music. I
Wow.
get it.
Also,
Wow,
Grateful
you're
Dead
not.
is just like Grateful
You
Dead
don't
is so
have it. You
diddly.
don't have it into you. You don't have it in you to go on a musical journey. Wow, he said that.
Hey, look, I can go on musical journeys. I go on musical journeys all the time, but I can
You
tell
just want
when
it to be
somebody's
3.5 minutes.
I can tell when
Plus
somebody's
3.5
overplaying. I can tell when somebody's overplaying a blues jam. You know what I mean? I can tell when the 1, 4,
That's
5 chord
disrespectful.
changes are just have overstayed their welcome.
Wow.
I even feel the same way about King Gizzard. Like I love King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, but when I saw them last time, it was a 3-hour fucking marathon set. 3 hours.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been at shows like that were terrible.
John
You ever heard of the
hours.
band Thundercat? I hate Thundercat.
John
with all
Fisher.
Wait, Thundercat the
John-
bassist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sucks. John Fishman's
Thundercat the
rolling around.
bassist?
John
Thundercat
Fishman is
sucks.
rolling around in his grave listening to what you just
Thundercat
said.
is terrible.
Thundercat the bassist.
Yes, like whatever the bassist band, whatever it is.
The black bassist?
Guys,
Yeah.
this is going on.
You think Thundercat is bad?
No.
That's crazy.
I acknowledge that Thundercat is good at what he does. I've seen Thundercat live twice, and it was terrible. It was a terrible.
What?
It's just
I'm
slapping
shocked.
bass.
It's not slapping bass, but he's playing all these crazy notes. Oh my god! Now you're just being disrespectful. Now you're
That's
being
all
disrespectful.
it is. That's all it
Is
is.
this what you want, Ron? Is this
For
what
an
you
hour
want?
and a half.
Ronald, is this what you want?
I
Is this
just
what you
want
want
some
us to
honesty.
fight
I
like
just
this?
want
Huh?
some honesty that both of you all think the music that you actually guys like ain't shit, and we're finally getting down to it. You're up here saying that this guy's playing all these crazy chords, and Serda's saying, no, he's just going. Well, maybe you need to release your musical journey. By the way, apparently tomorrow it's my first one, Steve. You weren't in here, and Osita tried to take it upon himself. Sometimes the places that Osita likes to go on these damn heat checks in these selfish personal spaces where he tried to lay on me, and he forced me to go listen to Dark Side of the Moon album by Pink Floyd. I'll have to give you my thoughts on that one.
Did you eat a gummy beforehand?
No, I didn't. Maybe maybe it wasn't done for me. Yeah, I didn't know. At first I didn't know if people were actually singing on there, but I'll give you my account on that, my thoughts on those instrumentals that you sent me, those 10 instrumentals damn near that you sent me with the
I feel like we already know what you're
Right in the middle of a long time.
No,
Yeah,
you
me
don't know
neither.
what you don't know what my
listen to
opinion is.
I'm not a
listen to
huge
tonight.
Pink Floyd guy. I do like Pink Floyd, but like it's not.
I'm just saying, yeah, we'll get to that. We will get to Poetic Justice because we do have to do Black Movie Review with Steve Serda here.
Black movie review.
Black Movie Review with Steve Serda.
How are you still getting wrong? It's Family Affair by Sly Stone. R.I.P. dude.
I know what I'm doing, and you do what the fuck you're doing, and that's the bottom line. Because Ron Hughley,
And that's the bottom line.
Don't go said so. Before we get to Black Movie Review, Steve, Rashee Rice, who I don't know if he is going to be suspended or jailed, but Rashee Rice is really frustrating me, Steve. Like I am, and you know how I feel about this. I am. Thank you. I am 100% over the Chiefs offense is going to be back again this year. Like I am so over it. I don't even want to hear any more shit talked about it anymore. I don't want to. I don't want
to be back last year, and it was not good.
No, it was not. No. You know what I have done recently, Steve? And Osita, you too. I've been really banging out the old treadmill and putting it on that incline, really burning some good fat, dip me some good 30 to 45 minute incline walks. And the thing that helps me really get through them is watching old condensed football games For some reason, that has been the thing that gets me. I ran through the other day, Steve. I ran through the entire playoff run of the Chiefs, their first Super Bowl run. I ran through the next one, all of the years. I ran through just before the Tyreek Hill trade to see like how easy it was, to see how just crazy it was. And I will before seasons convince myself. I just refuse to do it. I will convince myself it's back. I still think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. I just don't know that they will put together offenses like it was back then when it seemed like they scored 30 with just absolute ease. You look up and they've got 24 at the half with ease. I think it could be better than what it has been. I mean, hell, they've been 15th in scoring in football the last 2 years. I think it could be better than that. I can understand the parts, but like I just don't think, Serda, we're going to be seeing those offenses for that 3-4 year run where they just everything was just with ease and they put so much pressure on people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's unlikely, but I do think there's something to the idea that like Josh Simmons is ahead of schedule, and it's like, can the tackle situation finally get figured out? Will the offensive line be good enough to like make Patrick Mahomes not run for his life every single game? And Rashee Rice, prior to getting injured in week 3 last year,
it was balling,
was on pace to like lead the NFL in receptions and be a legitimate like all pro caliber wide receiver. And so it's like you get him back, you get Xavier Worthy back, who we saw really turn into a player at the end of the year. And then hopefully Hollywood Brown stays healthy, which I still have my doubts about, but he's healthy right now. So hopefully that manages to make it through training camp and still be the same.
Say, what do you think? He's healthy right now in June? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. But I think the offense is certainly going to be better. I think that it's got a chance to be a lot better. But I think the idea that it is ever going to be anything close to like 2018, 2019 is probably far-fetched. But that doesn't mean that I just want them to be able to look like they can competently put together scoring drives without it being, because last year and the past couple of years, it's just been hard to watch. I just want it to not be hard to watch anymore. And I think that this year definitively is the best year that they've had in a long time, where Worthy's not a rookie anymore. And I think you're going to get a lot out of him. And I think the offensive line is going to be better. And if Rashee Rice is a superstar, Travis Kelce's 35. It's his final year, probably in all likelihood. But you're just hoping that things are better. And I do think that if they can stay healthy, things will be better. And that's really all there is to it.
I'm not one, and I used to believe this, Steve. I don't know that I'm one that just believes if they can get this offensive line to a place where Mahomes has time and all that they will look like they were before. I can understand the weapons. I don't just think it's an answer of, hey, the O-line, if they get that O-line right, then we'll see bombs away Patrick Mahomes again. I understand the help that needs. I'm just not convinced that, all right, if this offensive line comes together the way they think, that's been the thing that's held them back. Right? They've just had some weird issues. 1 year, sometimes it's the receivers downfield, sometimes it is Mahomes missing receivers downfield. It just seems like, I think defenses had a lot to do with it as well, and the way they've changed how they're playing the Chiefs. I don't know, man. I am no longer sitting by and holding my breath on the here they go. Here they go. They're going to come back. Here they go.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of annoying because we've just been chasing it for years now, and it hasn't really
I quit.
Manifested. So I think that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly acceptable until we actually see it again.
Yeah, give me 24 a game.
Yeah, like we need to see it again because it hasn't been fun to watch for 2 straight years now, despite the fact that they've made improvements. And then, injuries played a huge part in last season. But yeah, let's let's actually see it manifest and actually make it happen instead of just talking about it and wishing and thinking that this will be the most explosive offense in the NFL again.
Yeah, I listen. I do like the parts. If on paper, when you say, year 2, as you said, of whatever his damn name is. Thank you. This not being able to see Osita has really annoyed me here for the last.
I didn't put that comment up.
J.C. Proctor, but shout out to him. But I
thought I removed. I thought I removed that a while ago.
No,
My bad.
you just had it right over yourself.
Cool.
But no, with Rice and Hollywood Brown and the weapons that they have, you can see. But I'm not holding my breath. Like I think they're gonna just be more methodical. I think that's what their game is. And now the hope is they finish in the end zone with touchdowns more than they do field goals. All right, let's do a little black movie review. Poetic Justice.
Movie review.
Poetic Justice, starring the ultra talented Janet Jackson and the late Tupac Shakur. Very late Tupac Shakur. Joe Torre's in this bitch. Regina King is in this bitch. This is this right here, Steve. When we think about black movie review, like these are the ones that I'm thinking of like, all right, this is one I don't think Steve would watch. This is one that I wonder if Serda would watch. This is like these are the ones that I'm talking about. So give us your thought, because this is in a different range of some of the other ones you've seen.
So first off, it's absolutely fucking insane that John Singleton followed up Boys in the Hood with this movie. Like, this is what John Singleton came onto the scene with Boys in the Hood, and everybody was like, holy
Where
fuck,
are we headed? Where are we headed?
Who the fuck is this guy? Like, who is this young black director? Like, provocative, artistic, new director coming onto the scene to like tell stories that we've never seen before. And then John Singleton followed it up with this movie. Like, that's ridiculous, because I feel like John Singleton could have made a lot of things after Boys in the Hood, and he decided to make this, which to me is insane. I didn't hate the movie. I think it's a perfectly fine movie.
I couldn't tell by the way that you were starting that takeout.
I don't know how we're getting to the 9.
Also, not really my kind of movie. It's the type of movie
of course it is.
Like, I struggle to like stay focused and locked in on these kinds of movies. But there are things there, which is like very John Singleton-esque, RIP, of his entire career, where like you can see glimpses of like what made Boys in the Hood and why John Singleton could have been a great director, but it never really manifested outside of that. Like, there was just lots of swings and misses in John Singleton's career, in my opinion. But you can see the glimpses of it within this movie. Like, there is some like nice filmmaking techniques and things. And I think the idea of like putting Janet Jackson and Tupac in 1993, like,
I think
in a mail truck,
yeah,
and the movie is just about them in a mail truck the entire time. Like, this should have been a banger. Like, this should have been a massive hit. And like, but it's just not like, I lost interest in it about like halfway through, because I did think it was kind of boring. And like, and to your credit, you mentioned Chicago earlier, which like early on, I was like, oh, I kind of like Chicago, like kind of riding with Chicago. And that turns really quick about halfway through the movie. Like, man, fuck that dude. So, I mean, first off, how are you going to hit Regina Hall of all people? Like, but then there was just
hold on. I'm
glazes over it.
I'm not gonna say, obviously,
sorry,
but Serda, you know how I feel about domestic violence. It's a big thing for me. But I mean, you talk about pushing the envelope of trying to. It was like she pushed it to try. That scene right there. That is one of the more jaw-dropping, I didn't see that one coming. And it didn't just stop there. That scene does not play today. To think that Tupac just set his ass and watched, isn't that guy? in that damn mail truck. She said, "Are you gonna go out there and help him?" Hell no, it ain't my business. But that is a real deal in the black community, especially that is very realistic. I think a piece that John left in there to show like that is it ain't my business. Okay, I don't care that he's beating the brakes off her. It ain't my business.
I think there's lots of things in this movie that like just like don't fly today. Like the way that they speak to women in general in this movie, like
a lot of bitches in there,
like maybe uncomfortable at times. But like also like I do think like there's some good things. I do actually like I really did enjoy Janet Jackson's performance. Like I was pretty impressed with how she was. So I think
did you?
I know what John Singleton was going for, but like when she's like in her apartment, like listening to the record, and then she's just standing there like crying and like breaking down because which also, by the way, great opening scene. Like the opening scene, I was like, damn, like her boyfriend gets shot at the drive-in movie theater, like in front of her, and you can see it coming the whole time. But I was like, damn, like that's a hell of a way to open the movie. But then she's like kind of later on when she's trying to transition in life after some time has passed or whatever. She's listening to a record, still traumatized, still upset or whatever. And then John Singleton tries to do this like artistic thing where she stands in front of a mirror and is just staring at herself and then like, starts to tear up or whatever. But John Singleton's like cut to like all of these different like facial expressions instead of like sitting there and like seeing if Janet Jackson can go through like the actual like emotional stasis of it. Like, that didn't work for me. I think that's totally unnecessary. I hate it when directors do things like that. It's like overarching things for absolutely no reason. But like overall, I thought Tupac was great. I feel like we were really robbed of like an acting career that Tupac could
That's
have.
what I was gonna say when you talked about Janet. I was surprised. I'm not saying she was bad, but for both of them to not be actors and that they were musical artist. And I know at that point Pac had more experience, but that was one of the things that always, especially rewatching, I rewatched it here also. Like he was a lot to me further along than her. Like you could see they were on a different level when it came to acting. And that may have been her first movie, but they like you could tell like he was Bishop and Juice. He has done some stuff that you could tell like he was almost at times to me carrying scenes.
And like you think of like other rappers like Ice Cube, who's like had this like very very successful like movie career. Like I think Tupac would have legitimately been making like good movies for a long time. Like I think he was a good actor and he was good at it. Like so I thought he was great. I really I thought Janet was solid. Like there was some scenes that were like corny and like the narration and stuff, like the poetic part of it didn't really like land for me. But I mean, maybe that's a
big part of it.
Well, but like, yeah, but I thought like the interactions were better. And like, I thought overall, like it's a funny movie and then it gets serious. And then also like the romantic moments like totally didn't like really like hit home with me. Cause it's like, she's like really not into him and she really doesn't like him. But then she's just like, maybe I do like him. And Tupac's like, they cut to Tupac's like mine. And he's just like, maybe I want to hit it. Like, and then just all of a sudden they are together. Like,
oh, that's funny.
Maybe I want to hit that shit.
Maybe I want to hit it.
Like overall, I thought it was a fine movie. I think it highlighted a lot of things about John Singleton that like things that he did, which is why he never really like after Boys in the Hood was such like a monumental movie, like never really reached that height again. But like overall, like it was an enjoyable movie. Certainly wasn't my favorite movie that you guys have had me watch.
Yeah, you almost fell asleep through it halfway. So where do you rank this one? This has got to be the lowest.
I'd give it like a 5.3. Like
think
it's not something I'm ever gonna like rush to watch again.
I don't think you're ever gonna watch it again. I think that's a low one. I think we got to follow this up by about making you go watch Stomp the Yard. To be honest with you, I think that's
You never
I think
seen
I've
Stomp the Yard?
I think I've seen Stomp the
I'm
Yard.
just kidding.
I've definitely seen Stomp the Yard, actually.
Oh man, that was a great one right there. To be honest.
Let's
You got
see.
one?
Yeah, I was looking at some. So you're just like vehemently against Tyler Perry films, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we've got to build.
I
to
really,
that.
really don't want to do
We
that.
got to build to that.
I'm just.
I feel like if
okay.
we got to build to that, because if you try to make me do it, I'm just going to keep not watching it. And that's how I'm going to stop doing these, because I'll keep making you
Okay. Have you ever seen Original Gangsters with Jim Brown?
Oh God,
No,
And I think
I have
Pam
not.
Grier.
No, I have not.
that's an oldie there.
Yeah, I really like that movie, mostly because it has what's his face from the Jamie Foxx show, Preston.
Yeah, what year did that come out?
It says 1996. It looks like it's made to look older than it is.
No, they're just old people. Like, it's old Jim Brown in the movie. Like, he's just an old guy.
Yeah, and Fred Williamson. Oh yeah, Richard Roundtree is in it. All right, I was going to put it. I was going to put in Too Deep with LL Cool J and Omar Epps.
I've not seen that.
Wait, have you ever seen Colors?
I don't think so. With Sean Penn?
Yeah, actually, no, that's not real.
About to say, man, I just don't think the lead can be white.
Yeah.
Sean Penn and Robert Duvall.
Yeah, it's about them being in the hood. You know what I mean? Like it's good though. It's a good ass movie.
Oh, it's a good movie, but I don't know that that counts.
I'll do Original Gangsters. That looks like it's like more lighthearted, like
it is
crime kind of.
Yeah, In Too Deep's a little harder. That bad boy.
I could use something a little just lighthearted, like entertaining.
And that's a better option than Baps, because that's that.
I watched that movie while I was in Nigeria because I had it on bootleg. That shit's funny.
I've never been in Nigeria.
It's been a while since I've seen that. Good. We don't want you there.
That's one of the most fucked up things you've ever said. I really want to go there.
Hey, man, you ain't got it.
I wanted you to take us home, but I don't know why you won't take me home. I want you to take me to Nigeria. Now that's one
shit.
What are you talking about, man? I'm not asking you to take me to Cleveland. I want to go to Nigeria.
My bad. Hey, look, if you want to go to Nigeria, we can go to Nigeria, bro. Me and Reggie will take you to Nigeria.
No. You not only told me that you weren't going to take me to Nigeria, you told me and spoke for the entire country that we don't want you. I don't want to do the show anymore. Tonight.
I got him. I finally got him.
Take us home, ho. That's why I ain't gonna never let you come to Kansas City. Is what I'm gonna do.
I done been to Kansas City, baby. I've been to Kansas City. I've been there. I've been there.
Kansas City.
I've been to Kansas City.
If I can't go to Nigeria, your ass can't go to Jackson County. You can't go to Wyandotte County. You can't go to Johnson County. You can't go to none of them motherfuckers. None of them. Take us home.
You know what?